the final ORCA calendars. If your cases are not resolved on these calendars, they will have to be transferred back to the division judge. So I encourage you, if you have not spoken with the solicitor that is present with us today, that you all go ahead and see if we can resolve the cases today. If not, they will be returned to the division judges. Let's start with the ORCA final plea calendar. Position number 1, Margaret Adams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Derek Rouse for Ms. Adams. The state and I have spoken briefly a second ago, and it's like this case is gonna have to be sent back to the division.
Okay. We will return it to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Position number 2, Johnny Baker.
Your Honor, Mr. Baker did not qualify June 5th and August 1st.
Johnny Baker with me. I'll give him to the end of the calendar to appear. If he doesn't appear by the end of the calendar, a bench warrant will be issued. Position 3, Dylan Bushway.
Miss Baird and I just spoke on status yesterday, so I was expecting her. I think she said she had an ambulance meeting or something. She might be doing that.
Okay. I'll hold for her announcement.
Judge, I'm on Zoom too for
Okay,
no
who's,
Bushway.
okay, is this Mr. Bushway?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Bushway. I'll hold for the announcement of Miss Berry, okay? We'll be with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Position 4, Frederick Charlton.
Morning, Judge. Michael Casby, have Ms. Charlton. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Cat. How are you?
Good, Judge. If I could just talk with the Madam Solicitor for a minute, we may be able to resolve this.
Okay. I'll have you, Miss Gutierrez, speak. We'll be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position 5, Derek Jones.
That's gonna be a plea, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Watson Cafe with me. Mr. Jones with me. And I'll hold for Ms. Watson Cafe's announcement. Six, Michael Kozarev.
Good morning, Judge Morrow, Chuck Douglas, on behalf of Mr. Kozyrev, who is also present, and we are ready to move forward with the negotiated plea.
Okay, very good. Have you gotten the paperwork in for that plea?
I believe so. I think we've already submitted that to.
Okay, Ms. Guthier is checking on that. I don't have any, I have some plea paperwork before me, but I don't have that, so we'll be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position 7, Jabari Mallory.
Good morning, Judge. Is Mr. Mallory present in court or on the Zoom call? Judge, I made entry into this case, but on the last court date, August 27th of this year, the case is being transferred back to the division because there's also a companion case that needs to be dealt with together. I do have that case number if the court would like it.
Now, if we've already transferred it back, or we said that we were, I'll hold to that. So we'll transfer it back to the division.
Understood, Judge.
That's your request, Ms. Helen.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Position 8, Marcus Pearson. Attorney Shaw has a leave of absence filed. Is anyone here in that case? As such, it'll be returned to the division. Position 9, I have plea paperwork for Anusha Rastogi.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Kimball here for Ms. Rastogi. Yes, we are ready to proceed with the plea this morning.
Okay, is she with us?
She should be. I'm texting her now. Anisha, are you there? Judge, it's hard for me to see on the phone.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there she is.
Okay, so Ms. Rastogi, if you can go ahead for me and activate your camera, I'd appreciate it. All right, and I'll take that plea as soon as we've called the calendar. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 10, the Trion Temple.
Good morning, Judge. This is Attorney Samad Mubin. I'm actually calling in as I'm leaving from another courthouse. Can the court hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, Mr. Mabin.
All right, Judge. This is one that I think is going to end up being returned to the division. There's an outstanding lab report. It's been continued for that a few times, unless the state happened to get it between yesterday and today. Ms. Kithia?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, it was wishful thinking, but no, Judge. So unfortunately, we can't go forward. There's some things the state's potentially going to be able to take into account. So I think we pretty much, if ORCA's done, it's got to be returned to the division.
Okay, we'll return it to the division. You'll get notification, you and your client, of your next hearing date.
Very good. Thank you, Judge. If I can be excused my client.
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Position 11, Isaac Woodley. Isaac Woodley.
Morning, Judge. Corey Yeager from Mr. Woodley.
Good morning, Mr. Yeager. Where are we with Mr. Woodley's case?
Your Honor, I was waiting on we had spoken with Ms. Gilfiea at the last hearing. I was waiting on a updated plea offer. If we can do a breakout room, and then we will make a decision whether we're entering a plea today or returning it back to the division.
Okay.
I sent you an email on 27.
Did you hear her, Mr. Yeager?
I did not.
She said she sent you a email on August 27th.
Okay, I'll go look and see if perhaps it went to a junk email.
Okay, and
Thank you, Ms. Gilfiea.
Welcome.
I'll have you speak with her today. Okay, let's move on to the status conference calendar. Position 1, Emily Adams.
Judge, I actually ran into Matt Hirsch Sunday, and we were talking about this case. He was planning on, I'm not sure he was aware that of court today, Judge, but he had mentioned to me that he's transferring it to division, but of course I can't make that announcement for him. But he's always shown up, and so has his client. His
Right.
client is disabled, lives.
I do have she had a competency evaluation done. She was found competent. As such, let's return it to the division. Mr. Hirsch has been here every time that this case.
And I'll contact him, let him know, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Adams is also position 2. Position 3, Brittany Amy.
Good morning, Judge. That's my case. It's Miss Amy. She is. I see her right there. She has headphones on in the Zoom call, Judge. This case is currently in the Fulton County DUI Court Referral Program. And at this point, she has till September 11th to get her clinical evaluation paid for, as well as scheduled and taken. So the only thing we're waiting on is for her to do that, Judge. And so we're asking for it to be returned back to the division for her to get time to do so, but she has till September 11th, per the Fulton County DUI Court Program.
Okay, we'll return it to the division. Position 4, Quantavia Cisse.
Judge, technically, we don't represent him on this case, but I actually represented him last month on 20 CR 000597F. And we transferred it to division, Judge, as a not guilty. If he wants to remain here, it's gonna be the same announcement. I mean, the other charge is similar, the other case is similar nature, Judge, so it doesn't make sense to do anything with one while the other is being transferred, but I'll talk to him real quick.
Okay, so
August 21st, Ms. Daniels, the litigation manager for Judge Richardson, accepted it being transferred.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay, so
great, thank
your,
you.
your case has already been transferred to the division. You need to speak with him, Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge, it's gonna end up with another lawyer anyway, but I'll contact that lawyer. I have his contact information from his other case.
Okay,
Judge.
thank you. So, Mr. Cisse, you'll get notification of your next hearing date. You're free to go this morning, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you. Position 5, Brittany Cox.
Good morning, Judge. That's going to be my case as well. Is Ms. Cox present on the Zoom call or present in court this morning? Judge, she has appeared at all court dates. I was going to ask for a breakout session, but just so that we can have it on record. Currently, her case is having a MHE. I have been in contact with court services. She will be ultimately found incompetent. I'm just waiting for that report to come back to have in her file. And I asked a bench warrant not be issued because normally she is at these court appearances. And I can also have a breakout session to give more of that information to the state, just so they have it on record as well for Ms. Cox.
Okay. I'll return it to the division. Position 6, Rogelio Cruz.
This case was closed on July 31st.
Okay. Thank you. Position 7, Willie Denard. Represented by Mr. Lewis. We'll see if we can raise Mr. Lewis. Position 8, Jaffa Fielder. It's my understanding that is, will be null prost.
Yes, it was no process, August 21st.
Okay. Position 9, Alexis Hill.
Your Honor, Ms. Hill is my case. I'm not sure if she's on Zoom. I've had contact over time, but I've not recently. She was in diversion. I got a receipt this morning that she's paid for the class. I have no idea if she took the class or not. In the meantime, there was a delay in her paying the diversion fee, and I got an email from the solicitor's office saying that she's no longer in diversion. So I don't know what her status is in terms of whether she completed anything or not. At this point, Judge, I guess we can just transfer to division. She's shown up in the past before, and of course, if she's completed things and you know, then we can deal with the solicitor's office. If not, then you know, she's back to square one. So
When you've tried to contact, when was the last time you tried to contact her?
this week, Judge. I was on that particular one, Judge. The voicemail was not set up. I sent her an email. That phone number that I've called her, I've spoken to her before. So my last contact with her, it was about 3 weeks ago, Judge. But yeah,
Okay.
that's where I'm at, Judge.
I'll return it to the division. Position 10, Christopher Hill.
Good morning, Judge. Mr. Hill is present on the Zoom call. This will have to be returned back to the division. This was a diversion update. He's completed 7 of the required classes. I still believe he has to pay a $250 administrative fee, but he hasn't done those things yet, Judge. So we're requesting it be sent back to the division.
Okay. Are you with me, Mr. Hill? I see. Can you hear me? Okay. Your case is going to be returned to the division. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. If you could go ahead and finish up the diversion, you could put this behind you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're free to go this morning. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Position 11, Run Shanae Hood. Represented by Ms. Watson Cafe. I'll hold for her announcement. Position 12, Malia King.
Your Honor, that was not processed August 6th.
Okay. Position 13, Marcasi King.
Judge, I actually appeared in SAP on behalf of Mr. King on June 11th as well as June 25th. I was able to argue him being released on a bond modification of an SOB. I'm going to check the Fulton County jailing records. I don't believe he's incarcerated again. However, there are extensive MH issues as well as residentially challenged. So I'd ask that a bench warrant not be issued in either of his cases, but I'm gonna check now in Odyssey, Judge, just to.
Yeah, because for some reason I thought he was still
Your
in
Honor,
custody.
this is Samantha Johnson for Grady. He is
Okay.
currently incarcerated. He was picked up by South Fulton PD on August 30th.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Johnson. As such, his case will be returned to the division judge.
Is Miss,
She represents the.
I'm sorry, is Miss Close on the line? I know she was one of the victims in the case. I didn't know she was on Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor, she's present.
I'm here.
Okay,
Sure.
so the case is going to be returned to the division. Miss
Okay.
Close.
I'm here. Also, Judge, you called my name too.
Just give me a moment, Ms. Hood. All right, so for Ms. Johnson and Ms. Close, this case will be returned to the division. You all get notification of the next hearing date.
Thank you so much. May we be excused?
Yes, you all have a good day. I appreciate you being here again, Ms. Johnson. I know you've been here every time on this case, so sorry that we couldn't move it forward.
Thank you.
And Ms. Hood, I'm going to hold for the announcement of Ms. Watson Cafe. I noted that you're here, ma'am. Position number 16, Brianna Lewis.
Your Honor, Ms. Lewis is pro se and has been pro se for a while. She was supposed to complete diversion. Those are my notes from the last time she was on the
Right.
calendar.
Yeah, actually, she was rejected from diversion. So, yeah, and I sent the email to Miss Smith yesterday highlighting that diversion did confirm that she has been rejected from the program. So she cannot go back into the program.
Okay, well, she was rejected from the program. I believe she was here. She was always here. She came a number of times. She was very emotional a number of times. She had completed numerous of the requirements of diversion. At one point when she came, I remember that the solicitor's office was here. They told her that the case was closed. She left. After she left, it was informed of what you're telling me about the diversion. I wanted to speak with Ms. Lewis this morning because she has completed a number of things that diversion required, but because of some complications, I believe that that's why she was ultimately not allowed to go through diversion. I wanted to speak with her and with the solicitor this morning about this case. Is Ms. Lewis with me? Unfortunately not. Yeah, let's see if we can raise Ms. Lewis. She's been here every time, so I'm gonna hold off on issuing a bitch warrant until I can either speak with her. So we'll hold this till the end of the calendar. Position 17, Kissy Leiter, that's been null pros.
It has, Judge. Is Ms. Leiter present on the Zoom call? Judge, she's been present at each court date. I'm not sure why she's not present, but I have spoken to her and this case has been dismissed.
Okay, if it's null pros, then that's fine. Position 19, Yasmin Maddox.
She's represented by Ms. Watson Cafe.
Okay. I'll hold for Ms. Watson Cafe's report. Position 19, Letitia Mason.
That is also my case, Judge. Is Ms. Mason present on the Zoom call?
Oh, she's with.
Okay, Judge. I'm just
morning,
gonna
Ms. Mason.
announce pretrial.
Okay, we'll be with you, Ms. Mason. Thank you, ma'am.
And Ms. Watson Cafe did file a notice of conflict.
Okay. Position 20, Marcia Mays.
Is Ms. Mays on, Judge? I've been in contact with her up until 2 weeks ago. She lives in Memphis, and we were gonna transfer back to division, but I've not had any, in the last couple of weeks, I've not talked to her. But I had been in contact with her prior.
Okay, I would.
Hey,
Miss-
Judge. How are you?
Yes. Good.
I just have a question. Do you guys have anything called like vet court there in Atlanta?
I'll have you speak with Mr. Haddad since he's representing you, Ms. Mays.
Okay.
So
Ms. Mays, if you can put your phone number to the chat line, make sure that it has not changed, and I'll give you a call in a few minutes.
Okay. I think you had called me yesterday and I had tried to call back like 3-4 times.
Okay,
So-
all right, then that's a good number. I'll give you a call in a few minutes.
okay.
All right.
We'll be with you, Ms. Mays. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position 21, Cameron McCryer. MCCIER.
The state is gonna request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted if he doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 22, Jacqueline Robinson.
This is gonna be a plea, Your Honor.
I'm here, Judge.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Robinson. Can you activate your camera? Oh, there you go. Thank you, ma'am. Have you spoken with Mr. Fortis, this morning?
Yes, he said he was gonna log in just a little late because he was in another court in Fayetteville.
Okay, I have your plea paperwork already here, so as soon as he gets with us, we'll be with you, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
All right, and you can go ahead and put your camera off. I see you have your baby there, so we'll be
Thank
back
you.
with you. Okay. Position 23, Jordan Rock.
Good morning, Judge. That case was null pros, and dismissed through completing diversion.
Okay, very good. Position 24, Dominic Roper.
Good morning, Judge. I've indicated to the state, Mr. Roper finishes his last FBIP class tonight at 6 o'clock. So if we could go on for tomorrow. I tried numerous ways with AACS to try to get it resolved for today, but it fell on deaf ears. But he will finish it tonight at 6, and I will get it to Ms. Crawford and Ms. Guthier, because I will be here on another calendar matter for tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be here tomorrow also, so let's
Thank you,
just circle
Judge.
back to this tomorrow.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 25, Charles Sims. Also, Ms. Watson Cafe's case. Mr.
I'm here.
Sims? Yes, I'm gonna hold for Ms. Watson Cafe's report. Good morning, sir.
On this one, Your Honor, Ms. Watson Cafe filed a motion to withdraw, which was signed August 15th. The order was
Okay.
signed August
Were
15th.
were you aware of that, Mr. Sims? That
No.
okay, it appears that Ms. Watson Cafe is withdrawn from your case. I'm gonna have you speak with the well,
Might be a conflict, Judge.
okay,
Mhm.
given that she's withdrawn and that you might qualify for the services of another conflict attorney, I'm gonna return your case to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, Mr. Sims, okay?
Okay.
All right. You're free to go this morning. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 26, Reginald Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole Morgan for Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith was in diversion. He has completed his community service and the class. He just needs to get that fine paid. He did let me know this morning that he will have the fine paid by this afternoon. So if we could jump back on sometime this week to close him out.
Okay, I'm back here tomorrow. You think that if he gets it done today, will he be ready to close it out tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So I'll put Mr. Smith on an add-on calendar for tomorrow's calendar, and once he completes that, if we get the null process in, he'll be done.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything further this morning, Ms. Mormon?
No, that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Position 27.
I'm sorry, Judge. Did you just call my name? My phone had disconnected. Reginald Smith?
Yes, Mr. Smith. It's my understanding from your attorney, Ms. Mormon, that you're going to be completed with everything you need to do by tomorrow. So
Yes, sir.
we're resetting your case for tomorrow so that hopefully we can get a null process entered once you get everything completed, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Position 27, Ariella Soto.
That's my case, Judge. I was sent a completion of diversion program for Ms. Soto, and I also forwarded that to the court for their records.
I'm sorry, you did what? I didn't hear you.
She completed diversion. I sent that certificate of completion to the court. You want me to forward it to you?
Yes, 'cause we don't have a record of that.
Okay, is Ms. Soto with us?
Judge, she's been present at each court appearance, and she does require a Spanish translator, but I'll go ahead and send that certificate of completion to the state.
Hello, this is Jeanette Sota's daughter. Yeah, my mom completed the 12 hours and the $250 for the initiation fee. So yeah, she completed everything.
Okay, well, thank you. Once, Ms. Githier receives that, hopefully a null parcel will be filed.
And it does
Okay,
need to be processed, so can we just put this off for tomorrow, Your Honor, because it does need to be processed without a version before we can.
That's who it sent, who sent it to me. So if I could forward it to you,
Please do.
I'll forward it to you.
okay. All right, so, Ms. Soto, you're free to go, this morning. Ms. Helen will be in touch with you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. This is Miss Maxwell. You called Charles Sims. I had a problem with my microphone. I just got my mic to work.
Okay, and, Ms. Sims, are you the, alleged
No,
victim?
I'm Akua Maxwell.
You're who?
Akua Maxwell.
And how are you related to this matter?
I'm the victim.
Okay, so the case is being returned to the division judge, ma'am. You should be in touch with the solicitor's office. They'll give you notification of the next hearing date, okay?
Okay, thank you. Why does it keep being, why is nothing being done?
Well, we're trying to move the case, and I can't tell you why the attorney withdrew, ma'am, but this court was established to see if we could move these cases, and unfortunately, this is one that we haven't been able to. So you'll stay in touch with the solicitor's office with the victim advocate. They can update you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry
You're
about the
welcome. No,
disruption.
you're fine, ma'am. You have a good rest of your day.
You too, bye-bye.
Thank you. Mr. Hirsch, I see you there.
Hey, Judge.
Good morning. Ms. Adams's case, it's my understanding, I do have the report that she was competent to stand trial, so we returned it to the division judge.
Oh, great. Thanks, Judge. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want you to have to sit through the rest of the calendar if that's your only thing here.
Thank you so much, Judge. I appreciate that.
All right, take care.
You too. Have a good day.
Do the same. Position 28, Kiera Strong.
That is also my position, Judge. Ms. Strong was an FTA from June 7th of this year. A bench warrant was issued on the 24th of June. I've had no contact with Ms. Strong. Is Ms. Strong present on the Zoom call or in court?
Doesn't appear so. Is that bench warrant still active, Ms. Helen? If not, another one will be issued.
Understood, Judge. And I'd say just give me the end of the call, the calendar. Maybe I can try to raise her to this
Okay.
court appearance, Judge.
Position 29, Rashawn Thornton.
That's also my position. Mr. Thornton is right there on the Zoom call. Judge, the last time I spoke to him, this is diversion update. He still needed to pay $125 to the program. And I think that was the last thing to have been done. Mr. Thornton, can you come on the Zoom call, please?
Yes, well, for some reason, it's got me in a safe driving mode.
Are you driving?
Somebody else driving, I'm in the passenger seat.
Hey, Mr. Thornton, we're in court. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Trying, it won't let.
And you need to pull over if you are driving, Mr. Thornton. Now you're on mute, Mr. Thornton, so we can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Helen.
Mr. Thornton, were you able to make that last $125 payment to that diversion program yet?
Was $125. It was $250. They gave me a discount of $50, and I still owe one more payment because they did it through Square. I had to pay it through Square.
So, Judge, go ahead, Mr.
When
Thornton.
can you get it paid, Mr. Thornton?
I can have it paid. I get paid Friday, so I know I can have it paid by Friday this week.
I'll be here in court Friday, Judge, if he can be placed on that calendar and we could try to get it resolved this week. I would request that.
Okay, well, I'm not on that calendar, but I'm happy, I hate placing cases on some other judge's calendar, but I also hate for this to go back to the division. So if you sure you're gonna have it paid by Friday, Mr. Thornton?
Sir, I promise you I will.
Okay, so
Friday.
say it again.
I want to see another judge. I want to see you. Please, next Friday. Please.
He said next Friday or this Friday. Mr. Thornton, can you hear us? We're asking for this Friday for the payment to be made.
did it wrong. I mean, this Friday, like this coming up Friday right here.
And approximately what time will he be paying it?
And we have court at 9 a.m. What time would you be making that payment on Friday?
It's Thursday night through the Square app. So Friday would be perfect. Cause my check direct deposit.
Okay, so we'll reset you till Friday. Get it paid Thursday night so that you can put this behind you, okay?
Yeah, my attorney, please give me a call so I and some kind of receipt showing that it's paid or whatever. I don't have her number.
I think he's requesting for you to call.
Mr.
so-
Thornton, can you put your number in the chat for me, please?
All right, so we'll see you back on Friday after you do that, Mr. Thornton. You're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Position 30, Sarah Vaughn.
Ms. Vaughn is my case. I expect you to be on Zoom. We're gonna transfer back to division. I spoke to her as recently as 2 days ago, Judge.
Okay. We'll transfer it back to the division. Position 31, Keandre White.
I expect Mr. White here. We're gonna send it back to division. I spoke to him yesterday or the day before. I was unclear whether he's gonna show up by Zoom or in person. I think he said he's coming by in person. But in any event, he's maintaining his not guilty plea, Judge.
Okay, Mr. White with me? Case will be returned to the division judge.
Is he here, Your Honor?
Apparently he's not, but Mr. Haddad has made representation and he's spoken with him recently.
And he showed up, Judge, the last calendar. He had an outstanding bench warrant that was set aside. I think SAP, one of the DV calendars. Then it was set for the last time and he came and it was reset for today. And I did speak to him. I've talked to him all the
Okay,
time.
I'm
so.
returning it to the division. Position 32, Dominique Whitehead.
Morning, Judge, that's my case. Ms. Whitehead had paid the $250 program fee. I've provided Ms. Githier proof of the community service. She has 11 hours finished. She's a disabled veteran, so it's been a little bit of an issue. She told me she's projected to finish by the 16th. I know that there was something for the 20th. I realize that's motions calendar, but I'm pretty confident if she's finished by the 16th, I can have the paperwork over to diversion. If you would allow me that. She had never been in trouble before and she was eager to get this past her.
Okay. What calendars are there after the 16th, if any?
Your Honor, we have the 18th, 19th, and 20th motions going forward for the third weekend September, Your Honor.
I'm here on the 20th already, Judge.
Okay, so we'll put it on the 20th.
Judge, I appreciate the grace of the court. Thank you, Ms. Githier. And I will get that and we'll get that squared up by that.
Okay. All right.
And I'll try to make sure Ms. Githier knows ahead of time as soon as we have it.
Right, and if
16th,
we can get that
17th,
now
I'll
processed,
make-
then,
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
all right, have a good rest of your day. Thank you. 33, Simone Williams.
I'm here.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Williams. Let's
Good morning.
see. Are you represented by counsel, Ms. Williams?
I don't think I'm represented at all. I'm actually not even sure what case this is.
Ms. Williams, you've been charged in case 21 CR 005971E with simple battery that allegedly occurred on October 16th of 2018. Have you made application for a public defender previously?
Not that I can remember.
Would you like to do?
This is my first court about that.
Okay, would you like to make application for a public defender to see if you qualify?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and put your information, your phone number in the chat for me and I'll have one of them reach out to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, don't get off the line until you've spoken with the public defender and they've come back to me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Position 34, Vincent Willingham.
Judge, that's my case. This is the diversion update, but Mr. Willingham hasn't been contacted by the diversion team. We submitted that referral the date of court, Judge. And so we're just asking for this to be sent back to division, but with the opportunity for him to be contacted by diversion and the opportunity to complete the requirements.
Is
Can you
Mr.
also forward that to me?
I did. Just
Mr.
now.
Okay.
Mr. Willingham with me?
Judge, I've spoken to Mr. Willingham. He's been at all court appearances. He would even appear in person. I can raise him. for this
I'll
Zoom
return it
call.
to the division, Ms. Helen. Position 35, Melissa Wilson.
Is Miss Wilson present on the Zoom call? If she could come on. Judge, I've spoken to Miss Wilson several times. This was a diversion update. She was given an offer for diversion, but between our conversations, Miss Wilson, can you give me a second? She stated she wanted to accept the offer and then told me she wanted a jury trial after that and no longer wanted the offer. She also has just sent an email to me that I forwarded to the court. She had some concerns that she wanted to ask you directly, Judge. So I just wanted it to be clear on record about currently where she's at. If she does have a decision, we can try to work with her today, but I currently was going to request a jury trial for her case and for it to be sent back to the division.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Wilson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Just so that we're clear, you were offered diversion in this matter, meaning that if you completed certain requirements that your case with these charges would be dismissed. It's my understanding, I'm not sure what your desire is at the present time. If you don't want to do diversion, then, and you certainly have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, I'll have to return the case to the division judge for it to go forward. Yes, ma'am, what would you like to do?
Your Honor, may I address the court? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me
So-
let me just inform you, Ms. Wilson. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You do have an attorney present here that's representing you. You should also know that the solicitors here, listening to everything that you have to say, that those are the ones that are prosecuting you. Quite oftentimes, people think that they're going to say something that's going to help their case, when in actuality it does not. It does just the opposite. So, with that warning in place, I'm happy to hear what you'd like for me to hear, Ms. Wilson.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I sent over a list of concerns that I have about this case. I have also started the diversion program because the delay in information being relayed throughout the courts over the time, the delay in mail or lack of thereof. Also, my address is wrong on the form. And so there's a lot of things that have gone wrong pertaining to my case that should be addressed at this moment. I am asking that these charges be dismissed. I'm not sure what's going on the behalf of courts, if they fully watched the video, if they fully gone through my case, because this case should have been dismissed. But I've been at every court date. I have been present. I have done everything that I should have done, and I've done the things right. So because we did not get a response back from the team, looks like something was sent over around August 29th, and my court date was all the way back in April. So there's no way that I should have just now been given this information or received this information. Thankfully, my lawyer, Catrice Helen, was able to speak with me the other day, and I did tell her that I originally wanted to do a jury trial. After sitting in the courtroom for hours, the last court date, we discussed the diversion program. I did not receive any information, so I did tell her that I wanted to do a jury trial. The reason for my concern today is because I did go ahead and pay the $250. And from the time that I received the information from her till today, those were the dates that were available for me to even attend any of the classes. So I didn't have information for the diversion program. It was not given to me before I left the court, nor was it provided in enough time for me to complete the program. So I would like to move forward with this today. I would like to go ahead. I've already paid the $250. I am not guilty, and this is what I stand on. And so I wanted my lawyer to originally put me into a jury trial. When I arrived in April, it was not a jury trial. This is what I thought we were coming to do in April. So this is why I'm addressing the court with my concerns. I did send over an email. I did send over the information needed from the diversion program. I also did commit myself to community service. I did these things on my own because I would like to complete this whole case. I would like to have it done, please, today.
Okay, well, we're not going to be able to complete it today, unfortunately, Ms. Wilson. So your choices today will be if you would like to, and I'm not sure how much of the diversion that you've done. If you
I don't
want
know.
to, okay, if you want to
I
speak
have
with
no
Ms.
information.
If you want to speak with Ms. Helen about that today and regarding diversion, then I'm happy to let you do that. If you do want a jury trial, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it in the ORCA division. I'll have to return your case to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. It's my understanding that the solicitor's office is not dismissing the case. Is that correct, Ms. Githier?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so they are still pursuing the case. So those are your two options, Ms. Wilson. What would you like for me to do?
I have started the diversion program. I did pay the $250. I would like to have the proper information needed for me to complete the diversion program.
Okay,
No one ever
so-
sent it over.
Okay, so we'll do that. Ms. Helen, will you speak with Ms. Wilson?
I will, Judge.
Today, make sure that she has all the information that she needs. Make sure that she has a good address. Make sure that the clerk has her proper address. And let's see if we can move her case forward as quickly as possible with diversion so she can get this behind her, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so you hang on the line. Do you have her contact information, Ms.
I
Helen?
do, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Helen's will be contacting you, Ms. Wilson. Once you speak with Ms. Helen, then you'll be free to go, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Wilson, I hear your frustration. I'm sorry that you're going through that. I know that you're trying to get this behind you, so we'll see if we can get this behind you as quickly as possible, okay?
I appreciate your concern. Have a
Okay.
nice day.
All right, you do the same. Then. Okay, so those complete the two calendars. Is there anyone, let me start with the Zoom call first. Is there anyone on the Zoom call who joined me late or did not hear their name?
Yes, Judge. My name, Brianna Lewis.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Ms. Lewis. I'm gonna speak with you at the end of the calendar, okay? So I'm glad that you're with me, Ms. Lewis. I'll be with you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Willie Denard. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Denard. Have you been in touch with Mr. Lewis?
Man, I've been trying to get in contact with him and call him, but I don't never get no call back.
Okay, I'll make note that you're here, Mr. Denard. I'll see if we can contact Mr. Lewis here this morning. So we'll see if we can track him down so that he can give me a report on your case. All right. So you stay.
Yeah, cause, huh?
You stay with me until I get back with you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's make a note that we need to call Mr. Lewis to see where he is this morning. Anyone else on the Zoom call?
Yes, Judge.
Jasmine Mason.
Yes, Ms. Gibbs. Who's your client?
Mr. Bushway, Dylan Bushway, we are signed up and ready to plead.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else on the call?
Judge,
Jasmine Mason.
Michael Cassidy, you just called before. I just didn't know if I could get in a breakout room with Ms. Gittier and see if we can resolve this.
Yes, we will. As soon as I get through the calling of the calendar, Mr. Katz, we'll get you into the breakout room.
Thank
you. Okay. Anyone else on the Zoom call that did not hear their name?
Jasmine Mason.
Your last name is what's your last name?
Mason. Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, Miss Mason. That's your client, Miss Helen, I believe, number 19 on
Oh,
the-
Miss Latifah Mason is here. I'm not
Oh.
sure who that.
My
Mason is.
attorney is Lubin. So he was confused on why, because we thought our case was settled.
This is the case where they had the same names for some reason, but they're not the same person, at least at the last court date. But Miss Letitia Mason is here
Oh,
in
right,
person.
right. Okay.
So I was
Miss-
just making sure. That's the only reason I'm on the Zoom call.
Okay, yes, ma'am. This is Leticia Mason. So you're not on my calendars this morning.
Okay, they just scheduled it wrong. Okay, I was just making sure.
Okay, you're fine. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, anyone else on the Zoom call that joined me later did not hear their name? Okay, anyone in court with me who came in late or did not hear their name?
Oh,
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carlos Mucha. I'm here for Mr. Johnny Baker.
Okay, and
I anticipate a plea today. We're just trying to work out the details with the state and then
He's on the final plea, Judge.
yeah.
okay. Position number 2. All right, so we'll be with you, Mr. Baker. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you, Your
counsel. All right. So I only have one solicitor in the court with me. So you all are gonna have, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Mallory?
Judge, he's position 7 on the final plea. I'll speak to him, Judge.
Okay, we'll be with you, Mr. Mallory. And yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Jones, I'm waiting for a report from Miss Watson Cafe, so we'll be with you as well.
Did you want to do the plea?
Your Honor,
Miss Watson Cafe? Yes.
yes, I'm still in Cobb. It's gonna be a few more, like another 10 minutes or so.
Okay,
So
you're
I'll-
fine.
Okay,
So just
Thank
come
you.
back on when you're ready. I think you have 3 or 4 clients with me, either
Yes.
on Zoom or in person. Okay, I'll hold for
Thank
your
you, Honor.
announcement, Ms. Watson.
Thank
Cafe.
you.
All right, as I was saying, I only have one solicitor with me. She can only do so much. I'm gonna try to get people in and out as quickly as possible. With that being said, let me go ahead and take the pleas first. Then once I take the pleas, then I'll place Ms. Githia into breakout rooms. I believe that there are 2 on Zoom attorneys that need to speak with her. And then I'll hold also for announcements from the public defenders. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down the list. The first one I have is position number 3, Dylan Bushway. Is Mr. Bushway with me? Ms. Githia, you're gonna
Yes,
have to
Your
stay, you have to stay with me while we get
Yes,
these
sir,
done.
I'm
Sorry,
here.
counsel.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What did you say? I apologize.
Okay, I said that you're gonna have to stay with me for a minute so I can get these pleas taken. I understand that you have people to talk with.
Okay.
Yes, counsel. Good morning. So we're gonna start with position 3 on the final plea calendar, Dylan Bushway. Is Mr. Bushway with me? Yes,
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Ms. Githia.
Yes, Your Honor. It's going to be one slight correction on the plea documents. The disorderly conduct is going to be dismissed, but it still will be that condition. But the disorderly conduct on there is going to be dismissed. If you could scratch through that and initial that, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did discuss that with Mr. Bushway. He understands that he is still to write the letter.
Okay.
So for the DUI alcohol less safe, it is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, balance probated, to pay an $800 fine, to complete 40 hours of community service, to do an alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, to do the risk reduction program, attend 1 victim impact panel, no alcohol, no drugs, and random alcohol and drug screenings, and to do the apology letter to Officer Gabriel. The remaining charges, which is the reckless driving, following too closely, basic rules, simple battery, 2 counts of simple battery against a police officer, and the disorderly conduct would be null pros. And does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
I do.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Gibbs?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bushway, this incident happened back in 2020. Since then, he did a year in sober living and has been a prominent member in the AA and NA community. He has been a sponsor as well as a sponsee as we started out. And we are asking that Your Honor accept the plea as negotiated. He has no subsequent incidences or arrest, and we are asking, this is his first DUR. We are asking for an affidavit of first conviction. I was wondering, and I could stop by this afternoon to grab that affidavit to mail it to Mr. Bushway. We were present at the end of July on the calendar. He made the drive down from Athens. So this time we had asked Your Honor if we may appear via Zoom. However, we are asking for an affidavit of first conviction.
And how are we going to get his license?
He is, we were going to put on the record, Mr. Bushway, I'm not even sure if he has his license at this time, but we were going to put on the record that it is suspended and and that I'm not sure if he has it, but we were going to put it on the record that it's suspended at this time.
Do you have a license, Mr. Bushway?
I do, yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna need to get that license, Ms. Gibbs, and if you want him to send it to you and you bring it with you when you get the affidavit, I'm happy to do it that way.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll facilitate that and make sure the license gets to you by the end of the day tomorrow.
That's fine with me, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further before I take the plea? If not,
Nothing further.
Mr. Bushway, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 006419B, you wish to plead guilty to DUI, alcohol less safe. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do, yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Bushway. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and won't have to pay those fees. Also, let's see, we'll get you where you need to report to probation today. I will ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so. I am signing the affidavit of first conviction at the present time so that that can be picked up when your counsel turns in the license. Anything further, counsel?
Your Honor, yes, Your Honor, I forgot. He lives in Athens, Georgia. We are asking that he may report to probation by phone mail.
Okay, that's fine.
However, the court sees
That's fine with the court.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
so Mr. Bushwick, if you'll go ahead and put your email information in the chat for me, we will go ahead and send you where you need to report to probation, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you do that, you're free to go. Anything further this morning, counsel?
No, Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so the next one in line will be position number 6. Michael Kozarev.
Good morning again, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning again, Mr. Douglas. Let's see. And is he on the line with me? Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael, you'll need to unmute.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Yes, good morning again. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Ms. Githiea.
Yes, Your Honor. For the racing, it is 10 days in jail suspended upon payment of a $500 fine. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Douglas?
Only that, as we've discussed in prior hearings, Mr. Kozyrev is on active duty. And we had discussed having a limited use permit, driving permit, for purposes of going to and from base for work. Other than that, nothing.
Okay. And that's fine with the court as long as.
No objection. I was gonna say no objection.
Okay. The state has no objection as well. And when's he gonna pay the fine?
I can coordinate it and just because I don't think he's local at the moment, so I can bring it down tomorrow.
Okay. So, basically, we'll get it done at some point, this week. I just want to, and also there will be surcharges that go along with the fine, so just make note of that also. Okay, Mr. Kozarev, if nothing further, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 007433, you wish to plead guilty to racing, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Anything else that we need to discuss, Mr. Douglas?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, once you get the fine paid, you'll be done. All right, y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thank you much.
Your Honor. You too.
The next I have in line is Rastogi. Position number 9. Ms.
Hi,
Kimball.
Judge. Yes.
Okay, and if you can unmute there, Ms. Rastogi, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Ms. Githier.
Yes, Your Honor. For the DUI alcohol less safe, it is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, balance probated, to pay a $300 fine, to complete 40 hours of community service, to do the alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, risk reduction program, and 1 victim impact panel. The remaining charges, the DUI under 21, failure to maintain lane, and reckless driving will be dismissed. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Yes, we do.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Kimball.
Yes, Judge. That is the plea that we negotiated. My client resides in Florida. She's a Florida resident now, so I would ask that the probation be able to be done electronically. Unfortunately, since she also has a Florida license, she will not be able to get the affidavit of first conviction. But I did want to confirm on a record from my court, Judge, there's nothing you can do regarding getting a permit in Florida. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, Ms. Kimball.
Okay, all right, Judge. So, but other than that, I just want to make that clear and then just ask the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay. And I have no objection to her reporting by phone. Ms. Rastogi, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 007723A, you wish to plead guilty to DUI alcohol less safe. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Let's see, Ms. Rastogi, if you can place your email information in the chat for me, I will have the litigation manager send you where you need to report to probation or call for probation. I ask that you do that in the next 2 weeks or so. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Thank you.
All right, anything further this morning, Ms. Kimball?
No, Judge, that concludes my business.
All right, very good. You all have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Fortis, your client is next in line, Jacqueline Robinson. I already have her plea paperwork. Are we ready on that one? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you for holding. Yes, we are ready.
Okay, Ms. Robinson is position number 22 on the ORCA status conference calendar. Let's see. Yes, Ms. Robinson, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Githier?
Yes, Your Honor. The DUI is going to be amended to reckless driving. And there's a typo that says 2 months probation. It should actually be 12 months probation. If the court
Okay.
please correct that. Thank you. To pay a $600 fine, complete 40 hours of community service, complete the alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, risk reduction program, and 1 victim impact panel. And the remaining charges of the speeding, improper erratic lane change, failure to maintain lane would be null pros. And does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
We do.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Fortis?
One thing we didn't discuss, but I guess once all terms are satisfied, if we can terminate probation, given that it's a reckless.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Terminate upon completion. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 002765Y, you wish to plead guilty to reckless driving. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Robinson. Let's see, if you will go ahead and put your email information in the chat for me, we'll send you where you need to report for probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so. Once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees, okay? All right, anything further this morning, Mr. Fortis?
No, Your Honor, but thank you very much.
You're welcome. You all have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that completes all the pleas. Ms. Githia, would you mind going into a breakout room with Attorney Katz to discuss his matter?
Yes.
And Ms. Chansey, I see you there. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here. I'm not sure, I don't think that we have anyone else that needs a Spanish interpreter, but if you will sound for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien en la plataforma de Zoom que necesite interpretación en español? Por favor, prenda su micrófono y avísenos.
I believe that Ms. Soto needed an interpreter for her case, but we were able to resolve that earlier with her daughter who was on the line. But I do appreciate you being here. To help us out,
You're
Ms.
welcome,
Chansey.
Your Honor.
All right, we'll
Have
see
a
you
good day.
next time. You
Bye-bye.
too. Okay, for everyone else that's on the line, please be patient. We'll place you into a breakout room as soon as we can. I see you there, Mr. Yeager. We'll be with you as soon as we can. And Ms. Lewis, I will talk to you also as soon as the solicitor is available. So if you'll just hang on the line for me too.
Your Honor, can I make a couple announcements there, just so the court is aware? On position number 20, Ms. Mays, she's still on the line, Judge. We're gonna transfer it to division. And I'm gonna look into veteran score if she's eligible and all that, but obviously I can't get it done today, so. So if she can be excused, Judge, I told her to remain.
Okay, you with me, Ms. Mays? Okay, you're free to go today, Ms. Mays. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, okay? Have a good rest of your day, ma'am.
Your Honor, position number 33, Simone Williams. She does qualify for the services of Public Defender's Office. So our office will file an entry. We're requesting transfer back to division.
Ms. Williams, are you with me?
And she provided with her email.
He's joining back on the Zoom right now. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Flanville.
I think she probably had to disconnect, so she couldn't take my call.
Ms. Williams?
Yes, I'm sorry. I got disconnected after the phone call.
You're fine, Ms. Williams. It's my understanding that you do qualify for the services of the public defender. As such, they need time to investigate your case. It will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, you have a good day, ma'am.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Any other announcements?
That's all on my end, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Lewis. Brianna Lewis,
I'm here.
come on camera for me, please, ma'am.
I'm gonna head
On the
out.
camera. Mhm.
Okay. Let's see, I know you've been here a number of times. Have you already sent to the court what you've completed as in regards to community service and other things?
Yeah, I've been sent that over 2 court dates ago.
Okay, and tell me what you did.
I did the 50 hours of community service and I did the theft class.
Okay.
That was all that I needed to do.
Okay.
But they
let me-
sent me an email still saying that they still
Okay.
denied me.
I understand, Ms. Lewis. I just wanted to make sure that I understood what you've already done. Do we have that in her file?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right. You're not driving, are you, Ms. Lewis? Okay, next time I talk to you, I need for you to not be driving, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
so
got
you can go
I'm
off.
gonna pull over. I'm finna pull over.
Okay, well, I don't need you right now. You keep driving until I need you again, but you're gonna have to pull over. You shouldn't be driving and talking to me, okay?
Okay.
So try to get where you're going. It'll be a minute before I get back with you.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd like to see what she's already done.
This is Judge Position 7, Willie Denard for Carl Lewis attorney.
Uh-huh,
The attorney filed a conflict yesterday.
okay. Mr. Denard, are you with me? Willie Denard?
Yes, sir.
Apparently your counsel filed a conflict letter yesterday. Because of that, I'm going to return your case to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
Hold on. After I paid him half my money, he wanna put a conflict in. Oh no.
Hold on, Mr. Denard. That's something that attorneys do quite often, okay? So he's got a conflict, he's in another court. So it's nothing personal to do with you. He just has something else that's going on this morning, okay? So don't hold that against him.
So
All right.
I have him get my money back.
All right, well, you'll have to talk to him about that. But your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir, okay? You're free to go this morning. All right, have a good day, Mr. Denard.
And Judge, I apologize for interrupting, but I do have announcements whenever the court's ready.
I'm ready.
The first announcement, and I didn't think she was still on, but position 3, Miss Brittany Amy, we're asking for that to be returned back to the division. I saw her that she was still on, but she's gone now. I just wanted to make sure she was excused.
Okay, yeah, she's free to go. I've made note that we're returning it to the division.
My next position is position 19, Miss Mason. She's present in court. Judge, she still has one anger management course to do through the diversion program. We're asking for this to be sent back to the division.
Okay, so yes, Ms. Mason, your case will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date. I was hoping that we could get this done so that it wouldn't have to go back to the division. But I understand that you are trying to get it complete, so we'll give you that opportunity, okay?
All right, thank
All right,
you.
you're welcome. Is she free to go this morning?
Yes, Judge.
All right, have a good rest of your day, Ms. Mason.
My next position is position 27, Soto Aurelia. Double checking, Judge, she has completed all the conditions, but diversion will have to have the final say. So we still need a little bit of time for them to review everything. So that'll have to be returned to the division.
Okay. What has she not done? We've had so many complications with her, Ms. Helen, and when it's returned to the division, will you still represent her or will somebody?
No, she'll go back
she'll
to
go
the
somebody-
public defender representing cases ending in C. I'm not sure which judge that'll be.
Is there any
Richardson.
way that she can get this done, do you think, in Well,
Yeah, Judge, on those, I'll get together with Ms. Helen because some of the cases, I also have my own that are going back to division, but I'll keep track of those because if it's a class or two
Right.
that they need to fit, or even if they're halfway or just started, I'll make sure that that I'm aware of where they are, and if I don't handle it, that the trial attorney in that courtroom is aware of what's going on.
I appreciate that because Ms. Soto, she has been here, but because of the language barrier, it's been difficult. All right, so we will return it to the division.
My next position is position 34, Judge. Mr. Willingham hasn't been contacted by the diversion program, but he has accepted the offer. I think it was just a intake form that just wasn't received on their behalf. But we're asking for that also to be returned to the division. He hasn't had an opportunity to even go through orientation to complete the conditions. But Mr. Willingham has been to all the court appearances. If I need to raise him or send the Zoom link, I can, but we're asking for this to go back to the division.
Okay. It'll be returned to the division. Is he still with us? Was he with us?
No, Judge, he wasn't.
Okay, all right, it'll be returned.
I also see that Ms. Wilson is still on the Zoom call, Judge. We're asking this also go back to the division. I'll have Ms. Githia, I'll review with her both of those applications, just so I know diversion has those. But she has sent the anger management completion and she has advised that she's paid the $250 fee. So I just want to give her a little bit more time to complete that, and we're asking for it to be returned to the division.
Okay, so what needs to be completed?
I think there is. I'm just gonna double check to see what's the last thing to complete for Ms. Wilson. Give me 1 second. I've got her intake form right here.
May I address the course, please?
Yes, give me a moment, Ms. Wilson.
So it was a $250 entry fee, an anger management evaluation, 12 classes. I believe those are anger management classes, and then 40 hours of community service. So she has the $250 entry fee paid. She's taken the anger management. I believe that's the evaluation, but there's still 12 classes as well as 40 hours of community service to be completed.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Wilson.
I have completed more than 40 hours of community service. And I also have taken some classes in the program. I did not have any information to move forward. Can you please take that into account on my case? Because I just didn't have the information. The courts didn't provide the information.
Okay, well, we're gonna provide you with the information. If you have proof that you've done the community service, all you have to do is get that and Ms. Helen will help you with that, to the appropriate people. And if you've done some of the anger management, we'll get that also. So if what you're telling me is accurate, then you should only have some anger management to complete, and then you'll be done. Okay, so now that we've discussed your case, Ms. Helen knows specifically what needs to be done. Hopefully we can get this behind you very quickly.
I'm asking that it not be transferred over, that I can complete it with this ORCA courts so that we can finish here and not have to go to another court, because she'll be done with this division and I'll have to go to another public defender. So that'll.
I'm not sure if you can get this done, because the only other times that I don't have any other times, because the ORCA is coming to an end. And I don't know if she can get it done by the 19th of September, if that's realistic for the anger. Miss Helen?
And Judge, if she could provide a letterhead about the community service hours to me, the anger management evaluation still needs to be done. And it says that she's completed 2 out of the 12 total anger management classes. So, I mean, she'd still need time to do that.
Right. So
Ms.
I don't
Helen,
have,
can you give?
so I'll let you discuss that, everything you need to discuss with Ms. Helen. If you can get it done, I'm happy to place it back on a calendar that's later in September, but if it's not feasible to get it done by then, I'm gonna have to return it, okay?
I will be able to get it done. There are 2 classes a day that can be completed. I did speak to the person that's representing the classes, and he explained to me that I will be able to complete those in a certain amount of time. I would
Okay.
like to, is there a deadline? You said it has to be done by September the 19th?
Right, I think that's one of our last
I
calendars.
have my last motion for this division is September 18th. So I have 2 cases on that calendar. If
Okay,
the
so,
court would,
all right, so we can, let's put it on the 18th. If you complete it by that time, Ms. Wilson, then hopefully you'll be done and we can get it null prost. If you don't have it completed by that time, for whatever reason, we'll have to return it to the division, okay?
Yes, sir. Does this mean that I'll have a record?
The case is going to be dismissed if you complete the terms, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, any other questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, you have a good rest of your day, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you, Ms.
welcome.
Helen. Thank you,
thank you,
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Wilson. My last position is position 7 on the final plea calendar. Mr. Mallory, can you stand up for me, Mr. Mallory? I've spoken to Mr. Mallory. We've gone over some of the initial discovery, but the announcement was that this case, along with the other companion case, will be going back to Division G, I believe. Is that Mather? I think it's Judge Mather, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Mallory, your case is being returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date. All right, you're free to go this morning. Have a good rest of your day.
And Judge, I'm sorry, will you stand up for me? What?
Oh, Mr. White?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, that's my case. I'd made the announcement, of transfer to division.
Okay,
think
Mr.
when-
White, your case is being returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
And those are all my positions, Judge. What's your name? Oh, go ahead and stand up first. Ms. Davis. It's Desiree Davis. I don't see a,
I was on Wednesday because I had missed court and I had came up with you rescheduling yesterday and I forgot the lady name, but she said she was gonna talk to y'all about me being squeezed in and I just not come at 10. I forgot her name.
I'm gonna just try to see.
We spoke with Ms. James yesterday at about 4:45, and you were asking for your bench warrant to be set aside. Judge
Yeah.
Morrow signed off on that issuance of the bench warrant. You missed court. So at this point, you just need to adjust the judge requesting that set aside, and maybe she can apply for
I'll
it.
try to look up her case. Do you have your case
Okay.
number at all? Okay, oh, she's.
Let's give her a form to fill out for her current address. All right, let's figure out what case it is first then. Okay, do you have an announcement for me, Mr. Katz?
Judge, may I be excused?
I'll see you tomorrow.
It's going to be a plea, Your Honor. Can he hear you? Mr. Katz, can you unmute yourself?
I can't hear you, Mr. Katz.
And I apologize, Judge. Am I excused?
Yes, if we don't have anything further, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Judge.
Ms. Githia, you still, we still need to speak with Mr. Yeager on position number 11 on the final plea calendar.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Yeager?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll place you into a breakout room with Ms. Githia when she's free.
Sounds good. I sent Mr. Katz a private chat message too. Hopefully he'll respond.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't realize
Can you hear me, Mr.
someone else.
Katz? Doesn't appear that he can hear us.
Mr. Katz, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up.
Try to
You
send
can't
a
hear
chat to
us.
Mr. Katz.
I don't think you can.
It's gonna be a plea, and is Mr. Charlton in here? Because he needed to speak with Mr. Charlton. He said he was present. He was in person.
Try to call him.
Hey, is Michael Katz there?
Yeah, he's calling him.
I relayed the message to Mr. Katz, Judge. He should be back on in a moment.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Yeager. And I believe
Okay.
that,
I'll call you in a minute. All right.
Mr. Katz, are you with us? Mr. Katz, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, it's my understanding, is this gonna be a plea this morning?
Yes, Judge. I'm going over the paperwork right now with my client. She, Mrs. Gutierrez has emailed it to me, and I'm just in the process of going through the plea.
Okay, just let us know.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
And Ms. Githia will place you and Mr. Yeager into a breakout room. Okay, if we can get that done.
Thanks, Judge.
The court will be in recess until there's an announcement.
Actually, if I can, she can actually give me a call on my county mobile phone.
Okay,
Probably-
let me get her. Miss Lewis, are you with me? Donna?
I'm here.
Okay, have you pulled over? Have you gotten where you're going?
Yes, I pulled over.
Okay, so, all right. Can you put your number in the chat for me, Miss Lewis?
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
did.
so I'm gonna have Mr. Corey Dunlap call you. He is gonna speak with you about the diversion. We're gonna see if we can get that worked out today, okay?
Okay.
All right, so answer his call when he gives you a call. Her number's in the chat.
What number or area code would it be? Because sometimes my phone don't answer unknown calls.
404-824 number.
824 number. And when should I expect it?
Right now.
Oh, okay, cool. That works.
Yes.
Okay, and you put your number in the chat, Ms. Lewis?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, all right.
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate your positive attitude as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Judge, I'll report back to the court in about 5 minutes.
I appreciate it. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be in recess.
Thank you.
this year, 2,000 next year, 2,000 year after.
How many charges did he?
But
Okay, you ready for me, Ms. Watson Cafe?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I've got the plea paperwork for Derek Jones that we will get to.
This is Attorney Katz. Did you get for Frederick Charlton? We finished the plea paper.
Okay. I've not gotten that paperwork yet. I'll take it as soon as it gets on my desk. Okay, Mr. Katz?
Thank you.
Let's see. You also have Mr. Hood, Ms. Watson Cafe. He was
Miss
on
Hood.
the line. What are we doing with his case?
Miss Hood, she
Ms. Hood, excuse me.
I wanted to talk to the state. She's in diversion. She's having a problem getting the money together for the $250. I wanted to talk to the state to see if we can allow her to do community service in lieu of it.
Actually, because the paperwork has already been done, I was responding to you. Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear her. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That request needs to be made prior to doing any of the paperwork when the processing. We need to know that in advance. So at this point, we can't substitute the fee for the community service.
Okay, can we re-enroll her then? Take her out and then re-enroll her?
That's not something I'm familiar with. I would have to look into that. I don't know.
Okay. I guess, Your Honor, if we could just refer it to the division judge and we'll figure it out from there.
Okay, so Ms. Hood will be returned to the division. Let's see. Ms. Hood still with me? I don't see her, but you'll let her know.
Okay.
Your other case.
I had Miss Maddox. I see
Maddox?
her. Yeah, she has completed everything for diversion. She's paid the fine, so a no cost should be coming your way, Your Honor, fairly soon.
Give me 1 second. Who was the certificate sent to of completion?
Not really sure, but I have a copy of it. I can email it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
If we could just get this added on maybe to tomorrow's calendar to see if everything has gone through and been completed, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that fine with you, Ms. Watson Cafe? I've got a calendar tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so give Ms. Githier the opportunity to look through it and if appropriate, file an all costs. Your other case, it's my understanding that you withdrew from Charles Sims.
Yes, we haven't had contact with him.
Okay, I've already returned that to the division judge. He was with us today though, so.
Oh, okay. I haven't talked to him in forever, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, apparently your motion, the order was signed, so.
Yeah.
All right, so I think the only other one left is the plea in the Derek Jones case. I've got the paperwork if Ms. Githier is ready on that one.
Give me 1 second. Which position is that?
That's position number 5 on the final plea calendar. And is Mr. Jones with me?
He's
Okay,
in person, Your Honor.
you can come on up to the mic.
Are you ready, Your Honor?
Yes, give me 1 second. Good morning again, Mr. Jones. Can you
How you
raise your
doing,
right
sir?
hand for me, sir?
Uh,
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms.
For
Githia.
for the loitering or prowling, it is 12 months to serve 3 days, credit for time served 3 days, and the balance is suspended. Does the defense stipulate to the facts being an ID?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Watson Cafe?
No, we just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay, Mr. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004909E, you wish to plead guilty to loitering and prowling, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
And I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, Ms. Jones. Mr. Jones.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you. All right, anything further, Ms. Watson Cafe?
No, that was it.
All right, will I see you tomorrow?
Yes, and I just emailed her, Ms. Gutierrez, so she
Okay.
should have everything.
All right,
It
very
hasn't come
good.
through yet.
Oh,
Have a good rest of your day.
thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Thank you. So I'm still waiting on the paperwork for Mr. Katz's client and for Johnny Baker.
Is it we received, Ms. Charleston? I need to forward it to you. If not, I can forward it to you.
Austin, yes, I have it. I'm printing it out now.
Yeah, I talked to him. So he's-
Your Honor, this is Corey Yeager. May I make a brief announcement?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Yeager.
Your Honor, on the Woodley matter, we have a negotiated plea. I have completed all the documents and sent those back via DocuSign to Ms. Gutierrez, just so the court's aware. So whenever we're at the court's pleasure.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Because, you know, the probation would expect him to pay 2,000. He's done.
He's gonna pay.
He's gonna. No. I'm saying that's what probation would expect. They'd expect him to pay like 2,000 a month, and then, so if he's late, they still have 2 months to violate him or something. He doesn't have the money. He can pay 2,000 for the year. So essentially, it's he's going to be going to jail because he won't be able to pay the fine.
That's what we just want to do. I'm gonna try to figure out because.
I know it sucks that he probably had like the legal minimum insurance, so it.
Yeah, because the other car got taken care of. Her car got taken care of. It's the medical that he didn't have enough coverage. So she had outstanding.
Can you find out if she can get the assistance or the hospital write off the bills? Or
We've been trying to get, see how much we can get. We just haven't.
I mean, we can.
We go back to the dimensions.
Okay, what, if I can do it in long, how long is it going back to? Is it 30 days, 60 days? Okay, well, I guess that's what we want to do.
Okay, we ready to proceed on position number 4, Mr. Charleston?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
It's-
Mr. Charleston, if you'll come up. Good morning again, sir.
Good morning.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Skithia.
Yes, Your Honor. For battery against a female who is pregnant, the state's offer is 12 months to serve 4 days, credit for time served 4 days, balance probated, to do a family violence and intervention program, and to have no contact with the victim, Antoria Andrews. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Well, stipulate, Judge.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Katz?
Judge, a couple things. This is an incident that in 6 days will have occurred almost 4 years ago. There's been no further problems since then. We'd ask that you accept the plea as negotiated. He currently is taking the DBIT program, so I would ask the court to, our probation will be able to get that from him. In addition, I don't know if the court would allow, I've explained to him that I do not normally tell clients to use first offender on misdemeanors, or never do, because this could possibly be construed as a domestic violence case, and he'd like to have the opportunity at some point to have a weapon. He would like to use his first offender on this particular case. And then also I'm asking whether the court will allow this to either become non-reporting or upon successful completion of all terms and conditions that probation close. And then I'm going to ask for an immediate restriction at that point.
As far as the early termination, given the charges here, the state had no objection to it becoming telephonic. He reporting telephonic versus non-reporting.
Well, I'm just saying, Judge, I'm not necessarily going to argue about it, but it's been 4 years. There's been no problem since then.
Okay. So no objection to the first offender. I will have it go non-reporting upon completion. He'll still be on probation. He just won't have to report and pay those fees.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Anything further before I take the plea?
No, Judge.
All right. Mr. Charlton, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 005239J, you wish to plead guilty to battery against a female who is pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Charlton, when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't have to report and pay those fees. We're going to give you where you need to report to probation today before you leave. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so, okay?
Okay. Would that be towards same probation officer I have now?
I don't know who you have now, but more than likely not. If it's this is a misdemeanor, I'm not sure who you're reporting to at the present time.
Okay.
Judge, and this will reflect a first offender restriction and so forth.
Yes. Okay. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So we're gonna get your information. Once we get your information, then you'll be free to go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. Thank
Good seeing
you.
you, Judge.
Appreciate your patience. Thank you. Okay, I am waiting for the paperwork for Mr. Yeager's client. And we can take that and we so where are we with Mr. Baker's case?
Your Honor, there's a question about the restitution that we're still trying to resolve. So I'm talking to the state, the best thing to do is return it to division. And by that time, I think we should have that clarified. And
Okay, come tell me what's going on with the restitution. And what's it for and what's the problem?
what it is, it's a DUI. the insurance maxed out. So the victim can't, car was paid off, some medical bills were paid off. There's still $20,000 in outstanding medical bills.
There were two victims, so the insurance paid for the first victim's vehicle. It paid for Miss Muhammad's vehicle, but she has these outstanding medical bills, and because of the amount with the insurance, it didn't cover her medical. And we've been trying to get her some assistance to get the cost down, but we do have this outstanding restitution amount.
And so, it's, it's like, so you can't get blood from a stone. If he pled guilty for this restitution amount within a couple months, he'd be tapped out, he'd be in violation, and he'd be going to jail for something he can't pay. So what we're trying to do is see what they could do in terms of reducing, the victim's liability. I mean, we all want to see her get paid. I told him, you need to see what kind of loans you can, what kind of money you can borrow. And so that's where we are. We're just trying to.
And our office has been working, I'm sorry,
Go ahead,
our
please.
office has been working with her to try to get her some financial assistance to get this down.
Okay.
Because we realize it is a large amount.
So she's been treating with a medical provider, and insurance is not paying or has not paid for a substantial amount, what you're telling me. Okay. All right, so I do think it's best to let you all continue working, and I'll return it to the division so that you all can continue to work on that, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Baker, you'll get notification of your next hearing date. I hope that you're all able to work it out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And we'll go to that court solicitor. Okay. Thanks for working on this.
Is this your?
And would you check on Mr. Yeager's paperwork? I'm not sure.
Oh, I'll get it. Okay.
And I don't see her still on the line, but were you all able to work out Ms. Lewis's matter?
Let me step out in the hall to see what they. They're still speaking, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna take care of something really quickly. It's there. You always kind of just overlooking it.
Mr. Yeager, are you ready for me?
I am, Judge.
Okay, and let's see, Mr. Woodley, are you with me also?
I am, Judge.
Okay, very good. If you can raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Ms. Githia.
Yes, Your Honor. For the DUI alcohol less safe It is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, balance probated, to pay a $300 fine, to complete 40 hours of community service, to do an alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, a risk reduction program, and attend one victim impact panel. The remaining charges, which is the failure to maintain lane and failure to maintain insurance, will be dismissed. And does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
We do stipulate to a factual basis for entering the plea, Judge.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Yeager?
Your Honor, we're just asking the court to accept the negotiated plea as offered. I would ask the court to allow the probation to become non-reporting upon successful completion of all the special terms. I know that Mr. Woodley has completed several of the conditions. I believe he's completed the risk reduction, the MAD victim impact panel, as well as I believe the alcohol and drug evaluation. He may still be doing some treatment with relation to that. I just ask that it go non-reporting once he gets everything done. It's a relatively old case.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. You want to come back on with me, Mr. Woodley? Okay. Thank you. Unmute yourself, please, sir. It's my understanding, Mr. Woodley, that in case 19 CR 009807F, you wish to plead guilty to DUI alcohol that's safe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Woodley. Let's see, if you'll place your email information in the chat, I'll give you, or we'll have the litigation manager send you where you need to report to probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so. Once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, and the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees. I do understand that you have done, excuse me, some of the requirements, and the court appreciates that. Anything further this morning, Mr. Yeager?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Woodley, you do consent to me signing the forms on your behalf and initialing the forms on your behalf, correct?
Yes.
That's it, Judge. Thank you for your help.
Okay, is he gonna turn in his license?
I believe his license was already turned into the arresting officer. Mr. Woodley, are you in possession of a license right now?
Yes.
Okay, you need to bring that or send that down to the court. Judge, if you could let us know where he needs to bring that, and I would ask, I guess, for the affidavit of first conviction for whatever help that gives him.
Okay, so I will sign that today. He can come down to the clerk's office. When he turns in his license, I'll give him the affidavit. Okay, when do you think you're gonna do that, Mr. Woodley?
I can make my way down there as soon as possible. How late is the office open?
You might want to get here before 4:30.
Okay.
Okay. All right, if nothing further, I've signed the affidavit that he can pick up when he turns in the license. Have you put your information in the chat, Mr. Woodley?
Putting it now.
Okay, and then once you do that, then you're free to go. If nothing further, Mr. Yeager, you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge. And does he need to go to the clerk's office in the 160 building in the Carnes building?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give him directions on how to get there. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's see. Do an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Rhodes.
2 days in a row.
I tell you, lucky me.
Well, on the Brianna Lewis case, that was a case that was placed in diversion and then it was
Right.
taken out of diversion. We've had an opportunity to speak with her. She, subsequent to being kicked out of diversion, took the initiative to do the community service. And from my understanding, she completed all 50 hours. She sent us a letter of the completion of the community service. However, it didn't have the log of day and hour. So what I've asked her to do is to get that to us by this afternoon. Once she gets that to us by this afternoon with the phone number of the manager over the program, we'll send an all process over
Okay.
to the court, so for a signature. It was one of those where she was rejected, she didn't do it in time, but because of the nature of the case, I think we ought to pick and choose our battles. And she did take the initiative afterwards, so we'll go ahead and send that in all process.
Okay, I appreciate y'all working with her.
Absolutely.
You know, to get this behind everybody. So, thank you all for
Thank you,
doing
Judge, I
that.
appreciate it.
for
Never
the
be
court.
excused.
Yes,
All right, thank
okay,
you.
we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.
Unless you.
Okay, let's see.
We've addressed
Is
Ms.
there
Wilson.
anybody else on the Zoom call that has not been addressed? I see an iPhone 2. I'm not sure who that is. Yes, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself and tell me your name again, please?
Deron Hood.
Say it again for me, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Deron Hood.
Oh, yes. Ms. Hood, your attorney was on the line. Your case is being returned to the division judge, okay? You'll get notification of your next hearing date, okay? All right, you're free to go today. Have a good day. Okay, I believe that completes the 9 o'clock calendars. Miss, who is that?
Ms. Wilson, no, she has some questions.
Yes,
Okay.
she's been taken care of. Ms. Smith, whenever you're ready, we can go over the calendar.
I have a question for 28. We request to set aside for Kiara Strong. And what do you want to do with that, Your Honor?
Which position?
28.
Did she appear?
She did. We had a
My knowledge, she did not.
Okay, well, if she didn't appear, then we're not gonna set it aside. So there is an outstanding bench warrant for Ms. Strong, is that right?
We already set it aside, so I'll reissue the bench warrant, Your Honor.
Okay,
ORCA final plea. Position 1, return to division, further notice status. Position 2, return to the division, further notice pending restitution. Position 3, plea. Position 4, plea. Position 5,
Sorry, wait a minute. Which one? I'm sorry.
final plea, ORCA.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Could you start over? I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Position 1, return to division, further notice status. Position 2, return to the division, further notice pending restitution. Position 3, plea. Position 4, plea. Position 5, plea. Position 6, plea. Position 7, return to division, further notice, companion case. Position 8, return to division, further notice status. Position 9, plea. Position 10, return to division, further notice pending lab reports. Position 11, plea. ORCA status. Position 1, return to division, further notice status. Position 2, return to division, further notice status. Position 3, return to division, DUI compliance. Position 4, return to division, further notice with companion case. Position 5, return to division, further notice, holding MEH, waiting on report. Position 6, closed. Position 7, return to division, further notice status. Position 8, null pros. Position 9, return to division, further notice. Position 10, return to division, further notice. Position 11, return to division, further notice, diversion compliance. Position 12, null pros. Position 13, return to division, further notice. MHE, currently incarcerated. Position 14, return to division, further notice. Position 15, return to division, further notice. Position 16, holding for null pros from diversion. Position 17, null pros. Position 18, reset, add-on, final plea, proof of diversion compliance. Position 19, return to division, further notice, status. Position 20, return to division, further notice, status. Position 21, FTA, bench warrant. Position 22, plea. Position 23, null pros. Position 24, reset, add-on, final plea, September 5th, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Position 25, return to division, further notice, status. Position 26, reset, add-on, final plea, tomorrow, September 5th. Position 27, return to division, further notice, diversion compliance. Position 28, FTA, bench warrant. Position 29, reset, add-on, final plea, Friday, September 6th. Position 30, return to division, further notice, status. Position 31, return to division, further notice, status, not guilty, jury trial demand. Position 32, reset, add-on, final plea, Friday, September 20th. Position 33, return to division, further notice, status. Position 34, return to division, further notice, diversion, referral. Position 35, reset, add-on, September 18th to complete diversion conditions.
You said what day?
Reset, add-on, September 18th to complete diversion conditions.
All right, any questions or concerns?
Ms. Lewis is on Zoom. Did you want to address her, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Lewis, are you back with me? Brianna, are you with me?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm glad that you all were able to work that out. As soon as you get that paperwork to them, they are going to issue a null process, okay?
An opposite.
Dismiss,
Oh, okay. That's cool.
okay? All
Thank
right, we clear?
you. Clear.
All right, have a good rest of your day.
All right, thank you, you too.
Always good to see you.
You too.
You be safe.
Alrighty, bye.
All right, I'll see you all tomorrow.